Students, here I am giving you brief idea about plasmid vector. What is plasmid? It is a small extra chromosomal DNA other than the bacterial main genome, which has the ability of self-replication. Plasmids are present in bacteria and sometimes they are present in archaebacteria too. Because of its property self-replication, it becomes important tool in recombinant DNA technology. How it becomes important tool? Let us see that. For example, in a Xerox machine, we give our document and select number of copies and we obtain as an output number of copies we want. Same way, in genetic engineering, sometimes we want our gene of interest in more copies. You can see the red color now. So, how do we use the copy machine to copy DNA or target DNA? We put this target DNA into a vector and introduce into the host cell. Later, the host cell, that is the bacteria, we can say that this is the molecular copy machine and we grow them in a culture medium. So, bacteria will grow along with the plasmid. So, plasmid copy numbers or plasmid also will grow along with that. Some bacteria, you can see the first picture, has very high copy number. Some bacteria has very small copy number. So, depending on the number of or depending on the amount of gene of interest, we can always select the plasmid high copy number. Plasmid is also called as cloning plasmid. Why so? I told you plasmid allows the insertion of gene of interest into it, and depending on their copy number we will get the same gene. If there are high copy number, high target gene or high gene of interest we will obtain. That means that target gene has produced in multiple copies, meaning it has cloned. Same target gene we will get in the bacterial cells. That means multiple copies have produced, meaning that target gene has cloned. That's why plasmid is also referred as cloning vector or cloning plasmid. Now, how it becomes cloning plasmid or how it becomes important tool in recombinant DNA technology? There should have, or the plasmid should have, certain features. Some of the features I have already explained you in the previous video. Let me give you all brief idea about that features in this video also. Now let us see quickly the overall key features of cloning vectors. First of all, it should have low molecular weight or size of the plasmid should be very small. Why so? Because if it is very small, the plasmid becomes easy to handle, easy to isolate and transform into bacteria. Second very important feature is it should have selectable marker so that it helps in identifying transformant from that of the non-transformant. And you remember students, transformant plasmid meaning that plasmid should have the alien DNA. Third, which is again a very important feature of a cloning vector, that is it should have multiple cloning site with large number of restriction site. Now what does this mean? Multiple cloning site is the site where alien DNA can be inserted. So obviously it should have restriction or recognition site to cut that portion of DNA where the alien DNA can be inserted. But you can see here there are so many restriction sites for different restriction enzyme. You can see the first one is EcoR1, second is HIND3, third is EcoRV and so and so. Now imagine EcoR1 site is repeated in the plasmid for 3 times. It will cut the plasmid at 3 times and that will generate 3 fragments of plasmid DNA or that plasmid, wherein some important site like origin of replication, then selectable marker site will be deleted or will be destroyed, and that will become a problem. That is the reason why there should be several restriction sites for several restriction enzyme and one restriction site for one restriction enzyme. Remember this. The fourth significant feature of a plasmid is it should have origin of replication. So origin of replication is the site or sequence where replication will start. So if alien DNA is inserted at this site, obviously during the replication type, the alien DNA will be also replicated with that of the new plasmid generated. So this is about the features of the plasmid. Now let me tell you all in brief the process of this entire process. You can see the overall process of this gene cloning. The very first step is restriction or dissection of the vector. So restriction enzyme is going to cut that particular segment, and same restriction enzyme will be cutting the gene of interest. So gene of interest can be later ligated with that plasmid. Then the plasmid can be inserted into the host cell. The host cell is the bacteria. So we say that process is transformation. Bacteria is transformed. The plasmid is transformed into the bacteria, and then bacteria can be cultured in a culture medium. So wherein we can amplifies the gene of interest. As bacteria grows, plasmid will also grow along with that, and in that plasmid there will be gene of interest. So multiple copies of gene of interest will be produced. So that gene has cloned. This is all about the plasmid vectors. Thank you, students.